than the stove. I'm looking for.
Hello everyone, my name is Brittany.
And I'm Rashad.
And you're now tuned in to VEU TV with VEU Magazine. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for this week's edition of VEU TV with VEU Magazine. My name is Adrena Martin Tover, and I also have here with me today. Hello, my name is Brittany.
And I'm Rashad.
And our special guest this week is Mrs. Belize Samuel here.
Yay!
So for all of you all who are not aware, this is our View Your Awareness section. It's a part of our magazine where we highlight different individuals who are dealing with various issues, different health issues, and just different things that need more awareness, because people don't just deal with breast cancer and domestic violence and other things like that 1 month. The 1 month they're usually brought awareness to. We deal with them all year long. So today we're happy to have you here, and she's going to be telling us her story of living with herpes. Alright, so first, tell everyone who you are, where you're from, a little bit of background, just so we can get to know you a little bit.
Okay, well, my name is Belize Samuel. I have lived in Atlanta all my life. I'm a Georgia peach. I love that.
Yeah, rarely.
You rarely meet that nowadays. Very rarely. So I've been here all my life. I went to Tuskegee. That's how me and her are friends. We went to Tuskegee, and then I ended up graduating at Auburn. I found out I had herpes my sophomore year in college. Sophomore year in college. I was going from Tuskegee then. I was at Auburn University at that current time, and it was devastating. Like, what do we do in college? Drink, party, and some schoolwork. That's pretty much that is the wrap up. I mean, we still do our work, but at the end of the day, your first 2 years, that's what it's pretty much consists of. And at that time, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm not gonna be able to go out like I'm used to. Everybody's dating at that time and things like that. So I was like, okay, my life is over. What should I do? At that time, I sat in my room for weeks. I was like, what should I do? I still went to class. I put on a good face. I still went to Tuskegee. I still went to the Soul. Y'all didn't know. But at the end of the day, I was there. Nobody really didn't know that I was having an issue, because I got to a point where I was just masking it. And that's just something that I just believe in our community we do. We're so good at masking that something's going on, especially when it deals with depression, or especially dealing with herpes, because it's something that we do not talk about at all. And it's a big impact on our women. As we know, we get impacted for everything. Like, it just seems like everything is on us, but at the end of the day, this is one thing that nobody talks about. We used to the HIV, we used to the chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, things of this nature, but herpes is not talked about, and it's taking people out. Like, it's not going to kill you, but in the end, you're dealing with the emotional part of it. You don't want to tell nobody. What you want to say? Oh, if I kiss you, then maybe. People know what you like.
Like what?
You can change it. That type thing. But at the end of the day, it's just that common. It's to a point where there's no cure for it. They don't even test for it in your STD testing. So if you don't even ask for it, you don't know you have it. So we see the post of, like if you everything's good. You don't know if you're good. You're good for HIV, which is what we all concerned about, especially living in Atlanta. That's our main concern. But in the end of the day, that's so common where everybody's like, well, I can live. Like to a point like, I'll be all right. I won't want it, but I can kind of be all right. But
that's something I actually get into a little bit later about treatment and things like that. But I kind of want to rewind a little bit. I don't know, you left Tuskegee your sophomore year.
Yes.
You was there longer than that. But
I came down every weekend.
Okay, that's why I was still saying you. Okay.
Oh God.
But I kind of want to, let's take it back there a little bit. So you called it, you say kind of your sophomore year, and you were at Auburn then.
Yes.
So how was it like how'd you find out I have herpes?
Okay, so I was laying in bed with this guy, right? And he was like, okay, let's go to the next round. I was like, no, I feel a little funny. I'm okay. You're just like, I don't feel right. I don't know, something not right. And he was like, come on. I was like, no, I'm good. So, typical day, we get up and we moved. At the time, I was dating that guy. So I was like, okay, I don't feel right. So as we do, go home, get ready for class. And I was like, something's not right. As women, what do? We look.
We're
like, grab the mirror, let me see what's going on. It was the worst. I was like, what is this? And I was thinking to myself, he did this. Like, he had to do this. He had to do this. And I called him. I texted him. We had to text him. We won't call nobody. I texted him, and I was like, you good? And he was like, I'm good. So I told him the situation, and he was so supportive. Thank God. Other people were probably freaked out, being as young as we were. But he was just like, go to the doctor and let me know. So I'm on the way to the doctor, and he's sitting in the back on the transit. Like, we're both like, we're scared. And he get off the transit. He was like, please text me, tell me what's going on, you know, type thing. But at that time, when I got to the doctors wasn't there. So I had a whole weekend I had to deal with that thing. And that was the worst 3 days of my life. I was like, I cried majority of the time. I called my friends. I was like, what should I do? They was like, you'll be okay. You ain't got it. You don't know.
So you don't understand.
You don't understand. If you seen what I seen, I think you would think twice. But at that time, I still want to thank my friends because they made me feel normal. They was like, please don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You good. You'll come back from it and things like that. So that helped me a whole lot to go ahead and accept it because my friends accepted it for me. And I don't care what people think. I'm not that type of person who always care. I do care, but not to the full extent. Okay, so
we'll take a quick break real quick. She's playing mommy duties today. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to VEU TV with VEU Magazine. And before we left, we were asking her, we were talking about how you found out that you had herpes. You were telling us that you were on a bus, but you're with the guy you were dating, and it was kind of a scare. So get to the part of when, how did you find, get to the part of when you went to the doctor, they told you the results, and what did you do after that?
okay, so that Monday I went to the doctor, and I went in, and the nurse was so nasty. Oh my God, she was so mean. She treated me like I just was the nastiest person on earth. Like, and I hear from my clients all the time. They call me and say, she was so mean to me. Like, you're nasty.
But it's
like,
a normal thing, so.
It ain't normal for them. It's sad to say that they don't know as much as we think they do. You go in and they may say, I don't know what it is. I've had a young lady call and she went to the hospital and they had no idea what it was. Even the test said negative, but they let you know the tests were not even a proper test to test her.
Right.
So at the end of the day, as much as they don't know, we don't either. So that makes that really scary that how can we protect ourselves against something when they don't even know how to protect themselves. So we're all in the boat where she was just looking at me like, she took the stigma. And the stigma is, oh, you have to be out here messing with everybody. You go based off what the movies say and what the, all the things that we see in comics say and things like that. She was like, well, she got to fall into that category because that's all I know. So she tested me and everything, and she walked out of the room. And I called my friend, and I was crying. I was like, I said, she's being so mean. She was like, girl, just don't worry about it. She said, you're going to be fine. But she was a nurse at the time, so she's like, I think it's this. And I'm freaking out. She was like, relax, you just on the bed. Just find out. So the lady walked back in the room. She said, yes, this is what you have. Go into the other room. I'm going to give you some pamphlets, and then you're going to come back on Monday again, and you're going to talk to the American doctor. I was like, where do I find information? Oh, go online. I was like, I don't get no counseling. You don't send me to a support group. You don't do it. No, and it's very common because it's no information out here, guys. I don't know if you guys ever looked. Everything's outdated. The support groups that you do find, they're all private. You may find one or two online, but it may not be what you're looking for. It's like everybody's in there saying, like, I need some support. I don't need to be in a pity party. I'm not saying that you don't need to express yourself, but after a while, it's like, I want to move past this, and everybody's in the group feeling the same way. It's like, how can I move past it when everybody's worse than me? Okay, so everybody's worse than me. So,
mommy duties.
Mommy duties. But at the end of the day, I was just like, how do I get over this? So honestly, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna dish it out. I ended up being pregnant with my son right after that. So I didn't have a problem getting a man, okay? I never had a problem getting a man. Ladies, they don't care as much as we think they do. As long as you're upfront with them, they are really open to it. They was like, well, if I like you, I'm willing to take the risk for you. So after that, I ended up getting pregnant with my son, and that was another scare. Okay, can I pass this to my son? And as y'all can see, he's perfect. I have 2 little boys, and they're absolutely perfect. I had them naturally. Most people here is like, oh, you have to have a C-section. You do not. It's not passed like HIV through blood or semen or breast milk or anything like that. It's not like that. It's skin-to-skin contact. So you have to come in contact with skin-to-skin. So with that being said, even if you having sex, condoms don't help. So you think you're protecting yourself, but you can't, because if they have it, then you come in contact with their skin, then what can you do? So it gets to a point where keep your thing to yourself. Like that's the only other thing you can do until you decide to get married, or you and the person are in a serious relationship where you decide we're not going to step out. But also you guys got to take the initiative to go get tested multiple times, because it takes 12 to 16 weeks to be detectable. So even if you're in a serious relationship, you get tested, then y'all need to get tested throughout the year just to make sure that's not there. And that's something something, it can cause a strain on the relationship, but if y'all care enough about each other, then you will do it. After going one time is not enough, 2 times is not enough, because you don't know over time. It's people who've been together for 2-3 years, and now all of a sudden it's coming up, and now you're looking at them like, you cheated on me, didn't you?
Right.
You know,
a while ago. So even with your husband, like, is that something like how to? Because you say it's not something that can be like, can he get it through you? Or?
Oh, absolutely, he can, because it's skin-to-skin contact, so he can get it.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
You know how you had symptoms and you wasn't feeling well and you saw some stuff? I don't think guys, I don't think anything shows up on them. Is that true?
Some do and some don't.
Okay.
Okay, because guys are different. Like, they're so different where everything don't outbreak on them. Everything, even when they have chlamydia, gonorrhea, any of those things, they don't have typical symptoms. They may have, you know, like us, we have discharge and things like that. We're like, oh, that's not normal, it smells funny. Guys is like,
so they wouldn't know
when they go get tested, or they may just have an outbreak, which is very rare, but a lot of people don't understand is it sheds. And when I mean sheds, it comes to the surface and you don't see any symptoms. So that's when everybody's passing, and when you don't see anything, nobody's gonna have sex with anybody. When you see something, you're like, what is that? I'm out. Like, I'm out. I am out this room. Like, you are playing with me. I don't care if it's like a mole. What is that? Everybody gonna ask questions. I mean, y'all been there. You're like, it don't look right. So, you know, things like that. You're not gonna do it when you physically see something. It's when you think you are all fine and you're using protection and y'all say y'all care about each other and you're moving forward, and that's the time you catch it. And that's the thing that's kind of scary, because at the end of the day, he was like, well, it was just us. He ain't cheated, I ain't cheated. Like, what could we done? Nothing. That's the scary part. The only thing you can do is educate yourself. That is your power right there. When you know and know what to do and have the knowledge, then that's how you're going to win this. Everything else, you can go get tested, get your medicine, you're good. This is one thing where you have to know. And you got to go in there knowing your stuff, because they don't know. When you go in, you got to tell them, I need this, this, and that. And they're going to look at you like, no. Even certain places here don't even test for it. I ended up calling a clinic once who, you know, help women who just found out to get pregnant or do abortions or whatever. She said, oh, we test for everything else. She said, oh, no, we don't test for that. What?
Why not, though?
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
One thing between HIV and herpes are 2 things you can't get cures for it, but they ignore this one. And I think they really ignore it because of so many strands. Chickenpox is herpes. Yeah, shingles.
A cold sore.
Yeah. So that's type 1. So at the end, fever blisters, that falls into it. Shingles fall into it. Mona fall into it. Everybody call it kissing disease. That falls into it. So my whole thing, I think they're concerned because they say, dang, everybody catch these things. So how can we control it? Because everybody get these things. And as we know, dealing with chickenpox, if you don't see the chickenpox, oh, you got it. Soon as they get checked, you're like, God, I got chickenpox too. You know, because you start itching, you're like, oh, I'm in trouble, because I know that was the most contagious. And it's the same thing for herpes. That's when the most contagious, when you don't see anything. But I think they're just, it's like, we want to do something, but what can we do with so many different strands? And if you have came in contact with chickenpox, you already got into your system.
Right.
That's interesting.
You know, so I think it's just a little complicated for them to try to figure out how can I come up with something for this when you guys already have it.
Right.
You know, it just, you don't have type 2. And type 2 is the one that has the biggest stigma because it's genocide.
So, what made you really just come out to the world and, you know, really start your organization and everything? What was that point that made you stop being afraid to talk about it?
It came to a point where after I had my son, I had a come to Jesus moment. I had a friend come to me and she was starting a Bible group on campus, and she was like, come. I was like, I don't want to go to Jesus yet. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I just don't feel like it yet. Like, you know, I ain't put together. You know, we all feel like I gotta have myself together. So I was like, okay. And she came to me again. I said, what do I have to lose? I'm a single mom right now. I'm dealing with this. What do I have to lose? And I went and I changed my whole life after that, to a point where I didn't even care. Like, nobody talked about it anymore. We didn't even make it a big deal. And over time, I realized, dang, I'm over it, but nobody else is. There's so many people out here, I don't talk to them, they had it for 7, 8 years, and still at step 1, and step 1 is shock mode. They're still in shock mode. after 7, 8 years, and they still will not date because they're so scared. And I was like, I got past that. I've dated. I ended up getting pregnant 2 times. I'm married. Been married for 2 years. I've been through every stage of it. So I was like, if I can overcome it, then let me go out here and teach other people to do it. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. It wasn't people like you guys. I can tell. It was the people I was close to who I was worried about, because in the end they know you. And it's so sad that the people closest to you are the hardest to tell stuff to. It's like the stranger be like, I got you, girl, you good. But the people that you're close to looking like, I told you. Didn't I tell you weren't good?
Yeah.
You know?
They be the main ones judging, like, you know.
I don't know why it's like that, and that's scaring a lot of people, because my clients come to me and say, I don't want to tell anybody. I don't want to tell any of my friends. I feel comfortable with you. And these ladies find me on Instagram through pictures, guys. Like, and like you say, you do your interest, social media. Guys, her social media is good. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying, like, that's where people are looking for it. And when I posted, people was like, oh my God, I've been looking for somebody. And they was like, I wish you were here before, or, you know, things like that. So, well, I'm here now.
Right.
You know, I'm here now, but at the end of the day, nobody's helping nobody like that. You will have people who come and go, but they're still dealing with it too, and you don't want to deal with the scrutiny. Because people are going to come at you. I have people come at me all the time for my post. So you really have it? Yes, I have it for 7 years. Pause. He's standing. That makes me nervous.
Oh, it's okay. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning back in to VEU TV with VEU Magazine. And just to catch you up, we were talking with Belize Samuel about herpes, dealing with it, how she found out, and just some different things with it. We're kind of going to wrap it up here, but we do have a few questions. So, Rashad, go ahead and let you ask yours.
Okay, so since you are married, what advice would you give to the men out here who may face this? Like,
Okay, so dealing with the men. And I had a guy come to me recently. He was like, oh my God, I can't deal with it. People are you know, they're so judgmental. And my whole thing is, from a man's standpoint, what do you want? And typically, guys, if he's serious enough for her, he's going to take the risk. Now, if he's just trying to come and have sex with her, oh no, I'm out. I'm gone. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. And I'm learning that people don't like to take responsibility. And it's a big thing. People don't want to say, you want to do it all day long, but when it's something come up,
Right.
I'm gone. I don't have nothing to do with it. So my whole thing, it takes a serious man who cares about you and really respects you and want to be with you and say, you know, you worth the wish. And even if I catch it, I don't care, because at the end of the day, I care enough for you. And I tell my ladies that all the time. I said, I found one. I know so many girls who are with guys. I even counsel some girls in getting men. Absolutely. So my whole thing is, I was like, girl, we can get back into this dating game. I just need you to get yourself together. And that's another thing. You also have to have yourself together. You have to accept it. Just like, as a man, you got to accept the fact of, what if somebody in my family finds out? So I was like, if you're ashamed, don't move forward.
Gotcha.
If you're scared that somebody's going to find it in your family, or you feel like you're going to out it, don't even put her through it, because she needs you to be so confident that if somebody finds out, that you have her back. And if you're not going to have her back, leave it. Leave it, because in the end, that's going to hurt her more to say, you're just like them. You jump in the ship just like them. And that's the reason, like, most people don't want to date, because it's like, well, what if my family finds out, or da-da-da-da-da, and family is... They can be rough sometimes. They can be really rough. And it's not because they want to, it's because they care. It's because they care, and they don't want anything to happen to you. But at the end of the day, you have to say, no, this is what I want. She is worth it, and I'm moving forward. If you don't want to talk to me anymore, it doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
Right.
You know, so they just have to put your foot down and say, I don't care what you think. So.
All right.
Okay, well, just sitting here talking to you, you seem like a strong woman. But now you have impacted so many lives. How do you feel as a person now?
I feel honored. Like I feel honored. I have people reach out to me that I looked up to, and they said something to me, and I was like, you're watching me. You know, like it just like, it's getting out there, and when I have these emails come in, or inboxes come in, and they're telling me their life, I said, oh, she good. She gonna snap out of this. She can snap. If I snap out, you can snap out of it. But I'm also learning it's deeper. It's acceptance. You know, we're dealing with acceptance issues. We're dealing with confidence issues. We're dealing with things before anxiety. I have people who are already dealing with depression, people who was already suicidal. So my whole thing is, now I'm looking like, we need to move this out the way, because you got serious issues. This don't have nothing to do with nothing. We got to deal with the serious issues. So now I feel like I'm put in a spot of, let's call this real thing out. Because at the end, this is just icing on the cake for you. you know, and we have to realize even with what we all do, fashion or anything, people are going to come to you and they may have this pretty little surface, but when you really start talking to them, they're going to really tell you what their real issues are.
Right.
So we have to realize what we really do is a ministry, and you're going to speak to people all the time on a different level. Even though you may do business, buy books, all this stuff, I'm sure you had that after writing your book. People come to you like, girl, I really need help, like serious help, like, and they tell you your life story. You're like, okay, we're not talking about book no more. We're not talking. It's deep now. You telling me you scared? Like I was like, okay, you'll have a hard time trying to write this book and you scared. Which I love her book, and by the way, and she does quotes talking about fear, and that's a big thing here. Like you have to get over the fear part, and that's what I did, and that's what I'm promoting, and it's changing my life, guys. It's really changing my life. I'm really excited. I'm just really excited. Like I'm really excited because it's just people are starting to find me now, and that's the whole thing. I'm really to a point where I was like, I want to be the well known here in Atlanta, where you go to the doctor, you find out, they come to me.
That's good. Oh my.
That's good though.
Because there's nowhere else to go.
You're doing a great job. Well, thank you all for tuning in this week. Oh, and let the audience know where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Belize.Samuels, and you can also go to my website, www.overcomingstigma.com.
All right. So if you all, someone out there dealing with herpes, want to talk to somebody, feel free to reach out to her. She's open to listen, and she's great. You heard her story. So until next time, you can visit us online, www.VEU, and that's VEU Magazine.com. And also, we're here at the Sights and Sounds Museum in North DeKalb Mall in Atlanta, Georgia. So be sure to come and check them out as well. So wonderful museum, all different types of cultural things. All right. Until
Bye,
next time.
everyone.